Every child of the earth who ever was lived out their life on this pale blue dot. Everyone we've known, loved, or cherished, all of humanity side by side on this fragile planet.
Kevin is a 17-year-old young man with advanced cystic fibrosis. This is an inherited condition that affects the mucus glands in the entire body, making it very hard for him to breathe. His lungs cannot sustain him on their own. He needs to have quite a bit of help.
I can't go outside and play. I can't rush. I can't walk that much. And if I do go, I'll have to take my wheelchair because I get tired easily.
The vest is helping shake out the congestion inside his lungs, and the butyl helps loosen up the secretions so he can have a productive cough. So he takes like 4 different kinds of medicines every day.
It also causes a lot of malfunction in his intestines, making it very hard to absorb nutrition. He needs intravenous nutrition, he needs continuous formula feedings, and even with that, he still is relatively malnourished. Unfortunately, this is not a curable condition, and this condition will continue to get worse. Our first goal is in medicine to eradicate a disease or fix an injury.
How's it going, buddy?
But many times, cure is not a possibility. Serious illness is not just about medicine. It's about human beings and their struggle. We have to give them the right medical treatment, but we also have to help them psychologically, emotionally, and spiritually. And so we're constantly looking for ways to give these children and these families small slices of joy.
297, a bit high, huh?
Hello. We are here, Captain.
Virtual reality is a program that, while it doesn't do anything to cure Kevin's cystic fibrosis, it really gives him something to look forward to and something way beyond medicine.
Ready?
A reason to get up in the morning.
How does it feel?
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'm floating down. When I go in there, I just forget about what I have. In these conditions. When you're up there, you feel like, oh, yeah, normal, like, you feel, how do I say this, with no worries up there.
I was very fortunate to serve as a NASA astronaut for 17 years. I flew on 5 space shuttle missions, and I was part of 2 International Space Station assembly missions. The ISS is really our first major toehold into permanent presence in space. It's a city in the sky with astronauts and cosmonauts from around the world, where we've pulled together the best minds and the best engineers and technologies, not only to understand our place in the universe and the solar system, but also to improve the quality of life here on Earth.
I work at the Virtual Reality Lab at NASA Johnson Space Center. We started using virtual reality since 1993. We train astronauts using VR for spacewalks to give them the experience of being outside in a spacecraft.
Spacewalk basically means going outside the spacecraft and doing work. I've had the opportunity to go out on 7 occasions. And once we get out there, we're in a 13-layer pressure suit, and we have to do really complicated things. It requires a lot of strength and dexterity and training.
Wait, hold on. What happened?
The animators and technicians were incredible in replicating the ISS. They went to details that was extremely complex. There isn't any other way to replicate space but using VR.
Station Houston on 2. Dragon is holding at the capture point. Please perform step 6 in 1.102.
That lever right there?
SpaceX Dragon is a capsule that allows us to fly payloads up to the space station. The ISS crew will use a robotic arm to actually grapple onto it and berth it to the station.
1 meter now. The end effector is now over the grapple pin.
Yes!
And we have grapple. We have captured Dragon at 4:54 a.m. Central Time.
Kevin had an episode of being intubated in the hospital. And by definition, what that means is that his lungs are in complete failure. In a child with this kind of illness, it is definitely dire and definitely life-threatening. Sometimes we look at the numbers, we look at the lab tests, we look at the x-rays, and this child should not recover. But then they do. And it is pretty amazing. And it has a lot to do with the strength of their spirit, their courage, their will to live.
Failing, baby. Entities to fight, that's in work.
Look at, oh, whoa.
Being outside on a spacewalk is a profound life experience. I can't imagine anything more stirring to the soul. You're seeing all of humanity from a perspective that can't even be imagined.
I could just like sit there and just look at the earth all day.
You're captivated by the trillions and trillions of stars that you see out there, but your eyes are pulled away from that almost immediately by the blue planet below. It's just so overpoweringly beautiful that you can't stop staring at it. You just look up and, oh my God, there are the Himalayas. There's the Great Barrier Reef or the pyramids of Giza.
Well, that's South America, I think. And over here is Africa.
It's a globe that's not delineated by boundaries, lines on a map, or dots that indicate cities, but just a confluence of humanity.
Looking back at Earth, it looks like you can see the whole wide world, seeing people that live there. That's the best part. Just looking out. It's awesome.
I think everyone comes back from spaceflight in some way changed. The experience really makes all of us who have been there truly appreciate how rare a gem planet Earth is.
That virtual reality of being in space and looking back at Earth, it's a very powerful metaphor for life and death.
It feels like you just went on a rainbow and slide down on it. That's how cool it feels. Like a fantasy. That's the main magic right there. That releases me.
I really have come to find a lot of joy in the work of taking care of people at the last stages of their life. It's such an intimate time and a special time in their lives. And to provide some comfort, to relieve some suffering, is one of the most gratifying things for me about medicine.
To live in the hearts we leave behind is to live forever.
I go right into the sun. So bright.